first beginner club Indian power workout. This is beginning club power workout number one. That power because I'm gonna help you build lots and lots of power. You're gonna get stronger, faster, more flexible, healthier joints using Indian clubs or swinging Indian clubs. I want you to start by holding one in each hand. Your hand's gonna be here on the end. See how my pinky finger kind of cuts that through the middle? Your hand's gonna be closed. You're not gonna squeeze. Your skin should not change color because you're holding so tight. You just want it firm and relaxed at the same time because you're gonna build flexibility, strength, mobility in these joints. You need to be able for it to move. It's gotta move just a little bit. So you're going up and back, stomach up and in, abs tight. It's a very simple move at the beginning. And I'm gonna talk about just real quick what happens if you have a personality like mine, and when you started to get into this, you went out of your way and you said, you know what, I'm not gonna get 1 or 2 pounds. That's what I recommend. The link is below. But let's say you went there and you saw that you could find 5 pounds, or you could start with 10 pounds in each hand. And you thought to yourself, like I would have at the very beginning, I'm a strong dude, I'm tough. Why would I start with 1 or 2 pounds? That's not enough. And you went up and you bought those 5 or 10 pounds. I'm gonna show you how you can still use those. You're not gonna be able to do all the things that I'm gonna do here because you're gonna hurt yourself. But you're still gonna be able to use them and get started with them from the very beginning. So you're swinging back and forth, you're getting the blood flowing into the joint. And see that my arms are not bent when they come back, but they're starting to extend. That increases the leverage on that joint, and that gives me more mobility in the shoulder and also in the upper back. These are gonna help you to feel stronger and feel healthier all the way through, from the hands, the small muscles and tendons in the hands, the wrists, the forearms, the elbows, all the way into the shoulders. And when you do it like this, swinging with your feet almost at your heels together, but your feet turned out like a duck. So picture a V. The balls of the feet turned away, the heels touching, stomach up and in, abs tight, and you're swinging 30 seconds at a minimum for a warm-up, and then I want you to split, one hand going back at a time. Same thing, you're gonna increase now that leverage on the joint by separating the motion. So this, after that first warm-up move, is gonna start to increase flexibility in those joints. Especially, you can see how much they're starting to come back. And you might not have that same amount of flexibility from the very start, but that's where you're headed. You'll move into it. You'll get stronger over time. So doing this for 30 seconds, and now I want you to bring one hand, this is the right hand, the kettlebell, or not kettlebell, the Indian club is facing the sky. Straight up like this, and see how my hand is. It's like it's my thumb, so my thumb is just out of the way. And again, the bottom part of the hand cuts that right through the middle, and I'm gonna start here in front of my body. I'm gonna let it drop and allow the weight to take it out, and my arm is gonna be parallel to the ground. My hand is still closed in the same way. I'm gonna bring it back through here. This is the starting point. Bringing it out, that's the finishing point. Bring it in. Now, if you do any kind of martial arts, like I do, I like to do all of them, whether it's weapons, grappling, striking, this type of a workout will build power and increase the speed of your strikes. It'll increase the strength of your guard. It'll increase your ability to grapple. If you're a grappler, you do jiu-jitsu, or judo, or wrestling, you're gonna be better at it because your hands are gonna be so much stronger from this exercise. Just bringing it out and in, and then use the other one, same thing. Think of a tree growing out of the ground. Notice that my thumb is in. You're not gonna support it like this or like this. When you support things like weapons or clubs, this is originally a weapon too. Think of how useful that would be for self-defense. But if you support anything, and you run into something and it pushes that back, that bone snaps somewhere along this line. So don't make this habit. This will give you a sense of better control, but give up the control. Go in here. Good morning. You're gonna allow it to start here. See my elbows out? I drop My palm is facing away from me, just like that. I bring it back up and through. Think of a shield going out and in. This is just the starting motion. This is beginning. This is a very beginner class, number one, but you're also going to do some intermediate stuff in this workout. I like to get you into the intermediate things very quickly, safely. So bring it in, bring it out. You're doing this for 30 seconds. You really need to condition your body before you go into the more complex moves so that you don't injure yourself. Now, I said, if you are like me and you went for heavy first, you saw my link that's below and you saw it's 1 and 2 pound clubs. There are 2 sets there. And I've said many times, don't go heavy from the start, get really light. But you're like me and you read that and you didn't know yet. And you said, that guy, he's wrong, I'm strong, I'm getting the 5 pounders. And you got something like this. And the reason these are smaller but heavier is because the material's different. These are steel. These are made out of metal. This is that Onnit brand. There it is. They make the mushrooms and the nootropics or whatever. They also have some pretty cool kettlebells. But you got this one, and you start doing the things that I show you with the other ones, and you start doing the mills, and you do the other, and you realize, wait a minute, he was right. I'm gonna rip something in there if I do that, and you will. That's why you've got to, I don't care how strong you are. These are unique moves. You've got to start with that 1 and 2 pound pair. You got these, you have 2 choices now. You only have 1 choice, really. Get a pair of sticks and do the more complex moves with the sticks. Go back and get the 1 pounders and the 2 pounders, and then move up slowly like I suggest. And with the heavy ones, you're still gonna be able to use them. But here's how you're gonna use them. Just that starting motion. And see how I'm not bringing them up over my head? Because I've done this for a long time, I can, but I worked up to it over a period of months and then years. I'm gonna show you the really heavy ones in a minute. So you can do swinging, but just start light. If you have the heavier ones, you're gonna get great value and benefit. Put your heels together, stomach up and in, abs tight, breathe, and swing, and let the weight of these Indian clubs pull your arms into more flexibility, better mobility, a greater range of motion. You're gonna start sweating because 5 pounds in each hand, even though you can bench press 190, 200, 300, I don't care what it is, 5 pounds on those small muscle groups on the joints is a lot. And your body is going to struggle at first to adapt, and then later you'll be stronger. So if you have 5 pounds, if you have 10 pounds, you're gonna get even less. You're just doing it down here. If that's your starting point. If you pick them up, let me show you the 10 pounders. Right? These look kind of like the other ones, but they're solid. That's all steel. And now that's moving. You can see, look how much more that's pulling my shoulders back. And again, I've worked up to these over a long period of time. You will too, but use your common sense at the beginning. Common sense is, yeah, everybody knows that. But it's hard because you don't have enough information. When you ordered them online, you saw 10 pounders, and I said get 1 or 2 pounds, and you said that's too light, I'm too strong, I'm not gonna feel it. And then you got them and you thought, oh, he was right. I didn't realize what it was. And you're not gonna do mills with 10 pounders yet. You will, but notice I'm doing 1 hand at a time. There are 2 things that can happen. 1, you can rip something, one of those small muscles, and they take forever to heal. You get one of those tendons popped in your elbow, or you rip something open in your shoulder, it's gonna take you forever. And then the other hand, move over a little bit, I knew I was gonna hit something there. Pushing. The second thing is you whack yourself in the back of the head with one of these because it's heavier and it gets out of your control. Or you hit your knee. I've done that. It really hurts. And because it's 10 pounds and it's steel and it's not that 1 or 2 pound polymer, hard plastic, you're really gonna feel it. So the link below has these. Now if you have the 10 pounders, because I know you reached out to me, you said, you were right. I got them though, what am I gonna do with them now? You can still use them. Small moves here, and then watch. Spread your feet apart. Make sure your feet are turned out. I know you can't see mine, but like a duck. Your feet are turned out, and you're going to just bring it up. You can have your elbows bent and do a squat and drop it. Bring it up and squat. And now, 20 pounds suspended away from your body. Make sure there's a little, if you're super strong, but you can work up to this, right? Arms straight, squat, arms straight. But at the beginning, you don't have to do it like that. Just a little. Here. Or even just rest them here. Bring them down, bring them up, rest them. Don't let them smash your collarbone. That also hurts. But you'll figure it out, right? But a little squat. So this is like a front-loaded squat. And so now those legs of yours are going to start to get more power. And if your legs aren't that strong yet, just do a tiny motion. Put it there, go lower, and do that over and over again until you start to break a sweat and you feel the power in your legs. Power in the legs for that knockout punch, endurance for the fight. And that's if you thought I didn't know what I was talking about, which is probably true half the time, right? But you went and you got the 10 pounders or the 5 pounders instead of the double set that's in the link below, which is a 1 pound pair, and this is the 2 pound pair. And I say start with a 1 pound. That's what I did. And I picked up the 2. And at the beginning, 2 felt like I could do that, but then I started doing this, and I thought, ooh, that's too much for this. This is what I want you to do next. You should be sweating now, twisting, going around and around. Good, we'll see you soon. It's good to be busy. And then reverse it. And what you're doing, your hand is still holding it the same way. So your hand's closed. You're not squeezing so much that your skin changes color. That's a sign that you're holding it too hard. You want that flexibility in your wrist, but this is wrong. Don't open the hand. Keep the hand closed and fight for flexibility in the joint. Going backward, and then from here, twisting and dropping, and then up, down, and up, down. And if you really want to get your heart rate up and start to lean your body out and build that lean muscle mass and get your chemistry right so that you lose your fat faster, add a little squat at the top. So drop it, pull it back up, go low. And low is subjective, right? Low is depends on how fit you are now. If this is low for you, that's a good starting point. Don't let anybody get in your head about what you should be able to do and not. If you're moving, you're doing it right. Everybody's got a starting point. And if that's easy, go lower. Learn to listen to your body, especially when it comes to stuff like this. And then switch them. Go back to this and add a lunge as you're stepping. Let me see if I can get the lunge in there. Camera's a little high today. That's all it is, just a small forward lunge. And that's gonna work your glutes and the backs of the tops of the legs, your hamstrings. Then if you wanna work on stabilizing your knees, building the quadricep strength. That's the upper and the front part. Step back into the lunge and drop down. And again, it doesn't have to be a lot, just a little. But that's what makes this a power workout and specific to overall health and longevity. Being able to stay vital and move. And then in my case, I want you to learn how to defend yourself, be fighting fit. All those moves are gonna increase flexibility, strength, endurance, and your mobility. But more importantly, the explosiveness in your legs. All the punches come off the floor through your legs, all kicks, all elbows, all flying knees come off the floor through your legs. And that starts with this, adding that little step back, drop down, get your breathing faster, start to change your mood, improve your overall energy and health. Now, we're still working on power and we're working on punches. Holding it just like this, I want you to do this first. And let's go back to the 5 pounds. Let's say you have the 5 pounds. And you can just do a little bit first if that's a lot, or do more. If you really want to get the heart rate up, jog while your hands are going out. If you have good strength and you've worked up to it, turn. Turn and go through that full range of motion so you increase your strength all the way along that line for self-defense so you can defend yourself. Knockout punch or power in every punch. Put them on your shoulders. Drive the elbows up. Work on the elbows and then bring the elbows forward, bringing them this way. It's good to see you. Hey, coming forward, and you can put them together. Up, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, bring that up. That's a good locking motion, right? You have that striking, block your head, drive the strike, blocking, drop, drive that elbow, and you can get the heart rate up at the same time, again, by, I almost picked up the 10 pounds, by running. So straight punches, almost like the Wing Chun punch, right? And then turning. You gotta slow down a little on that one, I guess. And then driving the elbows. I'm gonna stop running because I don't need it on this one. My heart rate is getting up plenty from here. And those are the things that you do to build power with your swinging clubs. But then the Indian clubs, I want you to bring it back through here and out to here again, because I want you to learn these exercise specific mill. So you're gonna bring it up, elbow open, your hand still closed, and you're gonna cast your club. I like to think of throwing a knife. Think of casting a fishing pole. So it comes up through your center, your heels together, stomach up and in, abs tight, shoulders back and down. Bring it through parallel or perpendicular to the ground, right through your center line, in line with your spine, open, cast. Let the weight take it through to here again. Open, make sure it gets behind your head. You're not gonna hit your head, don't worry. Cast. Not with these. Not if you start with 1 and 2 pounds. So 1, open, cast, 1, open. Slow it down. You old people like me, I'm hearing Steve Austin. I think it was Steve Austin. Was a $6 million man. The sound effect when everything would slow down on that old TV show. As a kid, I was mesmerized. I was ready. Put me in I forget, it was like a astronaut accident or something, right? Thank you. We will keep it going. So from here through, open, cast. 1, 2, 3. Then I want you to do them both at the same time. Just hit the big guys again. From here, 1. You can see because I have my watch on that one time my right hand is in front. The next time my left hand is in front. So you're gonna alternate which hand is in front to increase your flexibility. Now look from the side. I'm way out here. You might not be way out there yet because you're still improving flexibility and mobility in the joints. You might still be here. Don't fret, you'll get there. That's also another reason why you want to start super light. From here, open, cast. Let's hit them again. Then, I want you to alternate. One hand followed by the other hand. And the first time you do this, unless you're really talented naturally, it's not gonna look like this. And you're gonna say, I'm doing it wrong. And I'm gonna say, no, you're not. It's just not there yet. Be patient with yourself. Give yourself some grace. Allow yourself to be really bad at it first, because eventually you're gonna get really good. And it's not that the motion gets easier, your body just gets better. You get stronger than the exercise. But you have to allow some time to be able to do the more advanced motions. You'll grow into it as long as you don't quit. Don't ever give up. Almost everybody gives up too soon, by the way. bring it out. Like we did at the beginning, we were bringing it in and out. This time, bring it back through your midline, your center line. Drop it, cut it through, bring it back. And now you're just doing that same motion. We were going like this. That's the forward motion. Now we're going to reverse it. When you're here, palm facing away from you, you're turning and cutting that elbow in the same time. Cut it down, bring it through. 30 seconds with one hand, 30 seconds with that other hand, bringing it through. And by the way, I can cut it down here. I can cut it right here in the middle. Or I can, when I say cut, I mean start to bring it in. Or I can bring it higher, up here, here in the middle, down here. And one's not right and one's wrong. They're all different. And they're gonna hit your, there it goes. They're gonna hit that shoulder in a different position. But work up to that. The beginning, there's another one. One of them fell off. You're just going through, and then let's do them at the same time. Heels together, stomach up and in, abs tight, breathe. And then alternate 1, 2, 1, 2. And I have one more for you based on this one because I want you to have really strong wrists. I want you to have fighting power, knockout power, defend yourself power. And this is going to be a simple move. We're going to build it. It's going to look complex, but it's not. You're just going to have one foot in front of the other. You're going to face the side. This is the right side. My right foot's forward. I'm going to start with that same swinging motion. That's how you did the warm-up. When I come up, I'm going to pivot my feet and imagine pivot. So now I'm just facing that way. That's the left. My left foot's forward. I'm going to drop it, face the right. Drop it, face the left. Get your stomach up and in, abs tight. I'm going to get closer so you can see the next progression. The next thing that you're going to do is when you come up, you're going to add that twist and drop. Remember, we did that. Here, here, and then I also had you add that little squat. This is the same thing from here. Instead of a squat, I'm turning. Turn. Turn. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Really take your time. Turn. There's one more. I'm going to twist it again. So I had this going down and then going back up. You did this and you followed it with that. So now we're just going to add that second motion in, that reverse twist up, and build up to this. You can't get it yet. Tell yourself, I can't get it yet. Don't ever say I can't get it, because as soon as you say that, you never will. I can't get it yet. Leave the door open. Leave the door open for yourself. You got to give yourself more grace, but you also have to have more faith in yourself. I know you can do it. From here, drop it, turn, and then spin it back. Drop, get your stomach tight, pull it up and in. Starts to become a core workout. This is a moving abs or a moving core workout that builds real power in your grip for grappling, in your arms, hands, wrists for your guard, whether you're grappling or you're doing Muay Thai, kickboxing, boxing, and then just that speed, the speed and the power in your hands and your elbows are going to be so much faster because your core is stronger, but also those shoulders, everything that you get with these motions, with those swinging kettlebells or swinging Indian clubs. I keep saying that. And this is that big monster. Don't, if you haven't bought them yet, but you plan on it, do not buy a 10-pound pair or a 5-pound pair. Go with 1 pound and 2 pounds. The link is below. Start smart, right? If you have the heavy one, here's another thing you can do. It can even be here. One hand to the other hand. Bring it up and squat. To the other hand, bring it up and squat. I can show you all the ways you can use your heavy pounds or heavier ones. But start with the light ones first. Let me know in the comment section below whether you have them or not. And if you made the mistake that I would have made before I knew better and you went and you got the heavy pounds, I'll make more of these where I show you specifically what to do with the really heavy ones. But this is the first workout, the first in the series. I'm gonna do a bunch of these and show you how to get really strong fighting fit, how to defend yourself faster with faster punches, better guard, better grappling, all by using Indian clubs. Get a pair below if you're interested. Leave me a comment. This is a discussion. I need to know what you're thinking, how you receive it, what you need to know that I didn't cover, or what you know that I don't know. That's how I learned too. I learned half of the things that I learned from the comments that you guys leave me. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Thank you.